Come che tjetër?
Midis education business in Albania, King's College. Duhet sermonit, duhet marrë karrierë. Po disa karrierë tjera të thotë. King's College, po bëjmë prezantim shkurtër, që ata do të klasin konkretisht të tapit. No. Ata do ta bëjnë në prezantimin. King's College është nga kolegjet nga më të njohura dhe nga më të mirët në Britaninë e Madhe. Përgatisin student direkt për moshën tuaj. Dhe ka shumë interes të dëgjoni. Dhe ju kësisht ne bëjmë prezantim shumë shkurtër të education business in Albania. Çfarë ofron? Për çfarë është e dëshme për ju? Ata. Dhe çfarë mund të bëj? Dhe si mund të shërbej juve? Në bashkëpunim me një kolegj britanik, i cili quhet Global Business School International. Gjatë kësaj periudhe, mbi 8.000 studentë kanë përfunduar dhe kanë marrë sukses certifikata dhe kurset e certifikuara për Business in Albania. Dhe partnerë saj Global Business School International. Pa qenë kërë të tëmë? Kush është misioni dhe vlerat e education business team? Dëtoj dhe reprezentoj nevojët e studentëve dhe t'jap këshilla sa më efektive. Në varësi ka kërkesat dhe nivelin dhe karrierën e edukimit të tyre. Gjithsesi, business team ofron trajnime specifike me përmbajtje në periudha kohore të ndryshme. Çfarë ofron konkretisht dhe çfarë mund të jetë me interes për ju? Ofron kurseve, sigurisht, që janë shpërndarje që në të gjithë ju prezent të Kenya. Shkolla për moshët nga 16 dhe 18 vjeç. Kurse profesionale. Studime universitare dhe pas universitare, duke vazhduar deri te doktoratura. Kurse e përshkurtra të drejtuara nga ekspert të kualifikuar italianë. Tash çfarë mund bëjmë konkretisht për ju? Më fani, e dëgjohet mirë zonja, po s'më shkruaj. Si dëgjohet? Ofron ekspertizë tuaj. Konkretisht ekspertiza tuaj e keni prezentuar. Domethënë ta mund të këshillojmë që pas kërkesën që ju mund të keni për edukimin, nga më të ndryshme ka më të mirë. Punoj ngusht me familje. Çfarë do thotë punoj me ngusht me familje? Punoj ngusht me familje do thotë që ne jemi në kontakt të vazhdueshëm me familjet mbi eturin dhe progresin e studentëve. Njëkohësisht ne organizojmë para se studentët shkojnë në Britaninë e Madhe, organizojmë dhe pjesën akomodimi, që është pjesa më e rëndësishme e një student në kapë. Njëkohësisht dhe udhëtimin pritjen në raport. Monitorojmë dhe performansën. Performansa është që ndikon çdo 1-3 muaj studenti me raporte mbi progresin e tij dhe kjo i çon familjen. Pas udhëtimeve, kjo është me interes që mund lejë në të ardhmen, pasi marrë universitetin, ne mund të ofrojmë internship, pra programe pune të të punuar në kompani të ndryshme britanike. Tjetëm të dhe. Tash çfarë pse kemi përmendur këtë? Sepse ju keni dëgjuar shpesh dhe dini të gjithë funksionon anglisht. Pse është domosdoshme anglishtja? Domosdoshme është sepse pata nuk mund të merret, domethënë nuk mund të merret afikimin, nuk mund të fitohet një afikim dhe konkretisht në Britaninë e Madhe. Minimumi që duhet marrë për të futur në këtë do të jetë 5.5 provimia jetës. Pra, janë dy provime që i dini, janë IELTS dhe TOEFL. Tjetër të dhe? Tash, çfarë është konkretisht? Nuk të zgjatëm, domethënë është një gamë shumë e madhe e shkollave e kolegjeve dhe universiteteve në gjithë botën, janë partnerë. Janë Viikineet tot universiteiten Brunei-Maale. Ja aan het spoor kunnen we ook weer duik, nog ook weer met rust kopiëren. Ja, die twee universiteiten Amerika, in Canada, Amerika, in Germany, in India. Kita sudah profesor college dan universitas menguiran di concentration post. Ada pamai में student काम में promoted. क्या करता है? क्यों पास नूका एक वैश्विक इंटरेस्ट पर यूँ पर auditorium से professional percento en student de gymnasium. क्यों उस पर training में हमारा tangible business पर next business क्या program से program मुताबिक का क्या करता है? Tanya bisa ga ये तो तार के कंट्रोल का प्रोग्राम है करो लेकिन प्राप्त स्पीड है इसका कंपनी इंटरनेशनल है मुझे ट्रेड करना ये बस इस शोध में इस podcast पर accreditement के का सोलायन yang kita tahu sekitar ministry persisa antara sekitar sekitar study work done it's there whoever in the town that really got this full workshop. तो accreditation agregan dengan ke partner gus में college dan universitas yang mungkin tak. Pra eu falei pessoas que já são sport assim proprietário direct Simon as principal in King's College. Dice nunca frase sonda por la clase Nico por yo Nico es manager yo pursuing indoor. E Chile toda de jovem da pessoa que toca ele paga. Basta eu estou já primeiro que estou aqui com quem porque só daí me perdendo. Eu falei né.
Good evening. And now in English. Quite simply, studying with King's offers you the best chance of UK university success. Before I tell you why, I'm going to tell you something about the differences between your education system in Albania and the British education system. Can you all hear me at the back okay? Yes? This is not just going to be me talking, I'm going to ask you some questions as well. So I hope you will participate and answer my questions. So the differences between the UK education system and yours. The first major difference is in the UK we study high school for 13 years. How many years do you study for in Albania? 12 years altogether. What age do you start high school? 6. Okay, in the UK we start at age 5 until age 18. In the last 2 years of high school, we spend the time preparing for an examination called A-levels. I designed this chart to demonstrate it's easier to see on screen. So we start at age 5, and from age 16 to 18, we take A-level examinations. In these last 2 years, we focus on a narrow range of subjects. In your last 2 years of high school, how many subjects do you study? 16? About 16 subjects. Okay, in the UK we study 3 or 4 subjects for the last 2 years of high school. So you can imagine the difference, the depth of knowledge you can accumulate from studying 3 or 4 subjects for 2 years. That's a lot of knowledge. It kind of explains why the university bachelor's degree is shorter than in Albania. Bachelor's degree in Albania, how many years? 3 or 4 years, okay. Or 5? Any advances on 5? No? Okay, 5 is the maximum. In the UK it's a maximum of 3. Which kind of tells you something about how much knowledge you've accumulated before you get to university. I'll just tell you briefly about A-levels. I've already said it's a 2-year course, and it's especially for students who are seeking places at the top 5 universities, the elite universities, Oxford, Cambridge, Imperial College, LSE. These are the top universities. Some of the top universities, not just in the UK, but the world. Also, if you want to do certain courses, such as medicine or possibly dentistry, courses like that, you need to do A-levels. Basically, the top 5 universities recognise only A-levels. The A-level course is the qualification taken by all British school children from the age of 16. You can leave school, you could get a job, but not a very good job. So the majority of students stay on to the end of high school and they prepare for university by taking the 2-year A-level exam. This is the standard pathway recognised by all universities. You need to be a minimum age of 16 and you need to have completed 10 or 11 years of high school to qualify. You also need to have a good level of English. There's no point coming to study in the UK if your English isn't good enough to understand what you're being taught. That's obvious. So you need to have an upper intermediate level, which we measure with the IELTS examination. We say IELTS 5.5. This is an exam that you can take in Albania, and at EBLA they offer IELTS preparation courses. A-levels is not for people who are afraid of exams, because this is not a coursework-based programme. At the end of the first year and at the end of the second year, you take public examinations, AS level and then A-level at the end of the second year. So if you're afraid of examinations, perhaps A-level isn't the course for you. But I'm joking a little bit. Of course, when you do A-levels, you have lots of practice of taking the exam during the course. You have 2 years to prepare. And it's a combination of coursework and examination. So you have regular assignments, but you also have exams at the end of the course. And the final mark is a combination of those two. It's accredited independently by an organisation called EdExcel. This is an independent, nothing to do with King's. They monitor our students and the work they produce, and they accredit it as an acceptable course for university entry. We have more than 20 years experience of these courses, A-levels and foundation, and these have been developed and honed and improved over that time. The teaching expertise and the small classes that we offer at King's give the students a deeper understanding of their subject area. Also, an important thing to mention is you're not just in a class with other Albanian students, you're in a class with international students from all over the world, from China, from Kazakhstan, from Russia, South America, the Middle East. You will be in an international group of students. So all those different cultures they bring into the classroom, many different experiences of life, different ideas, different philosophies. It's a really fantastic experience for you to learn also about other cultures. Okay, get ready. It's lucky you're sitting down because you're going to have a shot. At King's, on the A-level course, the maximum class size is 8 students in a class. But we say there is a range between 4 and 8. So you might have 4 students in a class. You're a class. Or maybe the whole of the front row is a class. Okay? I'm the teacher. I'm your teacher for today. For GCSE Foundation and other courses, the maximum is 10 students, but it could be 8. So you could be a foundation class, maybe with you two on the end, you could join, you could be a foundation group. So no more than 10 students in a class. Of course, that gives the opportunity for the teacher to give each student very independent teaching, to focus the material, to answer the questions of those individual students. It's a very positive teaching experience. The style of learning at King's, we describe it as something that mirrors university life, particularly with the foundation and the A-level courses. They're designed to give you the experience of studying at university, but before you get there, so that you're ready for that experience. So you have, well, there is one big difference, and the big difference is the class sizes. So when you get to university, the class sizes will be much bigger. But the idea of the kind of support that we offer at King's with the small class sizes, that period gives you the opportunity to develop your independent learning skills, your time management, all of these kind of qualities which will be important to you when you reach university. You have lectures, so these are input sessions where you take notes, you listen, you improve your subject knowledge. You have seminars with a tutor where you can ask questions, you can cover the material again, ask more questions to make sure you understand correctly. Every so often you will have personal tutorials with your personal tutor, one-to-one tutorials. And then you have regular revision sessions where you check your understanding. Regular progress tests. If you're on the A-level exam, you will also have examination practice. It reminds me of a story I read about an Australian guy. He was planning to row across the Pacific Ocean, and he was in a bar being interviewed by a journalist. And the journalist asked him, "What kind of training have you done for this single-handed crossing of the Pacific Ocean?" And he said, "Training? I'll have plenty of time for that when I'm crossing the ocean." Well, you can imagine his attempt wasn't successful. And this is really quite a good metaphor for university life. So if you're not prepared for the rigours of study when you get to university, you will literally sink and you won't succeed. Where's Mirella? Oh, she's not here. Okay, this is a quotation. I've got a few quotations from some of our students. This was a girl called Gaini from Kazakhstan. Would you like to translate into Albanian, maybe? No? Or, okay, you're okay. Apparently you're okay. So, what Gaini is saying is basically that King's, I mean, she's see how intelligent she is. She says that everything I've just tried to describe, she says it in one sentence. That King's life resembles life at university. So when she got there, she was prepared. Subject choice. We talked about Albanian high school. So in your final years, you're studying 12, 14, 15 subjects. What are your favourite subjects? Maths? Biology? History? Anybody like physics? English, good answer. I like you. What about your least favourite subjects? Physical education, yeah. Chemistry. I'm sure some people don't like maths. I hated physics. Don't worry, your teachers aren't here, I don't think, so you can say anything. When you study at King's on foundation or A-level programmes, if you don't like physics, you don't have to study physics. You don't like maths, don't study maths. You choose different subjects. Choose the subjects that you want to study. But you must choose subjects which are relevant to the degree that you plan to study at university. Obviously, if you're planning to be an economist, you can't say, I don't think I'll study maths. No, it depends on the subject choice, but I think you get the idea. So you can focus on the subjects that you want to study. Hopefully those are the subjects that you have strong skills in as well. These are the most popular subjects chosen by international students, and the most popular degrees they tend to choose are economics, computer studies, international relations, marketing, business, international finance, and these subjects are all relevant to those areas. This is Mark, our academic director in London. So it might be that you come to King's and you're not sure which subjects you want to study. Well, we will look at your previous learning history, what you studied at high school, which subjects are strong for you. We'll test you, we'll test your maths, we'll test your English, maybe other subjects. And we'll give you the opportunity to try different subjects. Mark is an academic director, so he has to use long words and sound intelligent, but basically that's what he's saying. But we will help you if you're not sure. We will help you to choose which subjects you need to study or what you're planning to study at university. So you have to get used to a different kind of education system, a different style of learning. Let's not forget that you also have to get used to life in a different country, in the UK. That might be a little bit different compared to in Albania. How many of you have been to the UK before? Put your hand up. Wow, not many, okay. But you want to go to the UK, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Maybe you've got family in the UK. Maybe you have friends who've been to the UK before. It is different to Albania, and for some of you, it will be the first time that you've lived away from home, away from your family. It's not that far away. We flew there yesterday. It's like 3 hours on the plane, so it's not so far away that you can't visit when you want to. However, I think it's important for you to know as students and for you to know as parents that when your children are with us in the UK, we take our responsibility very seriously to look after them and to prepare them for success at university. So we carefully manage the transition to life in the UK, cultural, social, all of these areas. There's a whole network of support around our students, and from the first day you arrive, we're looking at the university destination that you want to go to, and we're steering you on a course so that you arrive at your destination. You have regular assessment and tests, so you know that you're making a good progress. And if you're not, then we'll take action to make sure that you get back on course. Basically, we make a contract together. It's not something that's written down and signed. It's a kind of informal, verbal contract. We basically promise to do everything we can to help you to maximise your potential. And we provide you with the qualified teachers. We provide a mature learning environment, an international environment for our students, which is safe, progressive, and offers kind of support that I was talking about before. You're part of the contract. You must attend all of your lessons. You must do all of your homework. You must respect the culture of tolerance and understanding. This is an international environment where people have come from different cultures, have different experiences. So it's important to respect them. And the relationship that you have with your teachers will be open and honest. We don't treat you like children, we treat you like young adults, and we expect you to behave in that way. We have some rules, but it's not like at school. You don't have to wear a uniform, we don't have any childish rules, but we expect you to behave according to our cultural guidelines. This is you. and we've got a different one for the men as well. You are at the centre of our universe, so we have a network of staff around to support you, a welfare officer to help with any emotional and social needs you have, the accommodation officer to make sure you're safe and secure in your homestay or residential accommodation. Your teachers are your day-to-day contact. The director of studies is somebody that you might meet once every so often. He will interview you during the first 2 weeks, and he will write your personal reference at the end of the course, and he will kind of oversee your progress from above, like a kind of God. He will watch over you in a benevolent way. And finally, you have a university counsellor who will assist you with planning which university you choose to go to, helping you research the many options available, and also assisting with your application. Choosing your university is by the Times newspaper, and it ranks students in order of academic merit. This is a useful guideline for you to see which are the best universities to study at, but it's not something that you should use without considering yourself in the equation. The top universities, Oxford and Cambridge, they're not for everybody, and for certain courses, other universities might be better, but you need to think about what you want to study. Where you want to study. Do you want to be in a city or in the countryside? Do you want to be by the sea? Do you want to be on a campus university? Many options, and our advisors will introduce all of this information to you. Our mission is to provide all the information you need to make an informed choice. But at the end of the day, the choice is yours. We can just advise you. We have fairs twice a year at King's. Admissions officers from many of the top universities come into King's. They're available all day for our students to ask them any questions they have. We also arrange visits to universities. So you can go to the university, you can visit the campus, see the facilities with your own eyes. So you're not just looking in a brochure. Not everybody takes all of these options, but we offer them. And if you study in London, for example, you have some of the best universities 30 minutes away. Why not go and visit them before you make the final decision of where you want to study? The last piece of the jigsaw is the UCAS application. This is a centralised process which all undergraduate students go through when applying to university. It's quite a long form. You have to write a personal statement, you have to put evidence of your academic grades, etc., photograph, and we advise you on this, particularly when you're writing your personal statement. It's really important that you get that right. So it paints you in the best possible light so that you stand out from the hundreds and thousands of applications that the universities receive. This was a quote from Ozan, one of our students, about the support we offered her. University in London. It's top 5 for computer science. And he really wanted to go to a campus university, so he was particularly happy he got into Queen Mary's. And he talks about not just what he learnt academically, but also what he learnt as a person, about becoming more self-confident, more independent. Albanian star students in London. He did the foundation year, graduated in 2010, and he went on to the University of Bath to study civil engineering and architecture. The University of Bath is either number 1 or number 2 university in the UK for that course. And I've got a video of Fusnik. I'd like to introduce you to Fusnik, and you can listen to his words.
I'm Fusnik and I'm studying civil engineering at the University of Bonn. I studied advanced level of foundation course. Things did a really good job with me. They helped me fill out the application, wanted to make sure everything is okay. You guys went okay as well. They wanted to make sure I got to the uni that I want, and they made it happen. It's a complete different life and different system of studying in the UK rather than in Albania. Got to work with new things, new projects, new laboratories. Helped me out a lot with that. And seeing the system, as I told before, is completely different. Then I need to catch up with it. People at King's, especially the director of studies, all the professors as well, they prepared me to be who I am right now at the University of Bonn, a civil engineer. And they helped me out with issues of how to deal with lectures and how to deal with study. It's managing the...
Hi, I'm Erica and I'm studying especially for the first year for economics and international relations. At King's I studied 2 years of A-level, and I did there 3 subjects except CSS, which were economics, math, and politics. King's helped me a lot, especially preparing for my application for Oxford because I applied there. And although I didn't get there, the course in itself helped me achieve great transfer to school. Coming to the UK has helped me improve my English and take it to the next level. Secondly, it has made me much more open-minded, and it's a great environment to study. So 2 years at King's seemed a long time, but I achieved great knowledge, and not just knowledge, but it was a great environment to meet friends. Oxford, because I went there, is a great city, and I had great memories. If you're from Albania and you're planning to come to study in the UK, Oxford and King's might be a good place to live because the teachers are really good, you will meet great friends, and as I said before, Oxford is a great city to live.
Okay, so thank you, Urta and Fusnik. I have more testimonials, but perhaps that's enough for today. I've left some information for last because in some ways I think it's the least important factor when you make a decision. But I wanted to tell you about our locations. We have 5 schools around the world. We have 3 in the UK and 2 in the US. So we're in London, we're in Oxford, as you heard, and we also have a school in Bournemouth, which is on the south coast, by the seaside. It's a different kind of location, but it's a great location, very popular with international students. There's a university in Bournemouth, and a great nightlife as well, after you've done your homework. We also have a school on the east coast of the US in Boston, in a college called Pine Manor. It's actually on the university campus, so it gives you the true experience of campus university life in the US. And we have a school in Los Angeles too. I'm just going to finish by just talking about summer courses. With Business Link, we're offering summer courses this summer at King's. You might think, I'm going to the UK to study for 3 or 4 years. How do I know if I'm going to like it? Well, if you're not sure, then come for a short summer course for 2 or 3 weeks. It's an opportunity for you to taste life in the UK, see what it's like, see if you like it. You can choose different destinations, to be in London, in the capital city, the Olympics this summer, to be in the learned academic city of Oxford, or to be on the south coast by the seaside. We're organising some group courses, so maybe 15 or 20 students coming together with an Albanian group leader. This is organised with Business Links. It's a combination of English lessons, activities, trips to famous sites in London, Big Ben, the Houses of Parliament, the London Eye, depending on where you study. I'll just grab that for a sec. If you're interested in the summer courses, this is a leaflet about the summer courses. Please take one from the table as you go out. I just wanted to say, this is me, I'm Nick. Our relationship with Petrit and Educational Business Links, it goes back more than 13 years, so we've been working together since the 90s. And we're honoured to have such a reliable partner in Albania. Through our cooperation, many Albanian students have achieved great success at British universities. Many of them are studying now at British universities. Many have already graduated. And that's all from me. If you'd like to ask some questions in English or in Albanian through Mirella, please put your hand up. And in a moment we're going to go outside and have some refreshments, some tea, coffee. So that's also an opportunity to speak with me or my colleague Simon or somebody from Educational Business Links. If you're too shy to ask your questions in front of a big crowd. No? Any questions? My presentation must have been so good that it answered any questions you might have.
First of all, I want to thank you for all the information you gave to us. Secondly, I'm interested in how can we get into master, because I'm studying in university, and I'm interested how can we get what is needed to enter.
To enter a master's programme in the UK? It depends on your level of English. If you have a good level of English, you've completed your undergraduate degree in Albania, then you should be able to apply direct to British University for a master's. It depends on the master's, the subject area, and the university. If your English is not good enough, then we do offer pre-master's courses at King's, London and Oxford for students who need to improve their English to the necessary level. To enter the master's programme at university, you have to prove your level of English with an internationally recognised qualification, such as IELTS is the most popular one in the UK.
I am Lucila and I come from Sarina School, and I wanted to know if is there any scholarship for undergraduate students who want to continue their studies in England?
We offer some. There are different kinds of scholarships. Can you hear me?
Lucila. My name is
Lucila. There are different kinds of scholarships. We offer scholarships to students already at King's, which is basically we have a competition every year for the best A-level student, the best foundation student, and the most improved student. And whoever wins in those categories, we pay their tuition fees for the first year of their university degree, which is actually quite a large amount of money, several £1,000 depending on the university. For students coming to King's Scholarship, if you're interested, you can complete an application form to King's, and we can assess your application and consider you for a scholarship.
Thank you.
That could be an opportunity, depending on your academic background.
Thank you very much.
We can hear that program.
Hi, I'm Kadri. I'm also from Seminary School, and I wanted to ask you, what about terms and conditions to get involved in your courses?
Do you have a more specific question? I mean, there are terms and conditions.
Yeah, because I was running late, and I think I missed the most important part.
Good evening. I thought perhaps it was time for me to introduce myself and to say something, because Nick has been working hard all evening, so perhaps I can try to answer your questions. My name is Simon McShann, and I'm Principal of King's in Oxford. You saw Erta Lauka, the girl on the video there. She was one of my students last year. Two of you have asked questions about, essentially, questions about money. Is that right? Which is the biggest, most important question. I guess that this whole meeting and this whole discussion is, in a sense, is about investment. It's about making an investment of money and an investment of time in your future. Whose telephone is that making a noise? Everybody who comes to study at King's has done a calculation. They've all got their calculators out, and they've worked out the cost of studying in the UK, the cost of living in the UK, the cost of travelling to the UK. And they have calculated the value of that against the benefits for the future of better job prospects, better salary prospects, better life opportunities. That's the calculation that everybody does. Every single student who comes to King's in the UK or to King's in the US has done that calculation, and that's the calculation that you're talking about. Your first question was about scholarships. The UK does not have... It's yours. The UK doesn't have a scholarship culture in the same way that there is in the United States. As you probably know, many United States universities have generous scholarship offers, and their generous scholarships are balanced by extremely expensive tuition fees. The UK is slightly different from that, and there isn't the same range of scholarships available. There are some. Nick talked about the King's Scholarship Programme, which is a programme just for King's colleges, which rewards the best students each year and helps them to pay for their future education when they go to university. We also offer some scholarships each year to students who come for their studies at King's. This is done on an individual basis, and it's done on the basis of merit. So if you apply to King's, you may be eligible for a scholarship. I can't tell you how much, and I can't tell you if you will get one, but we make some scholarship offers every year to students who come for A-level courses or foundation courses. But to come to your question about terms and conditions, it's a lot of money. It's a serious investment. You are looking probably at 4 years. Most Albanian students will study for for 1 year or for 2 years before university, either a 1-year foundation course or a 2-year A-level course. This is, if you saw the video, took the 1-year foundation course, took the 2-year A-level course. That means that you have either a 4-year or a 5-year program to your bachelor's degree. And if you take the cost of tuition, the cost of accommodation, and the day-to-day cost of living, then I'm sorry to say that the total cost is probably about £25,000 per year, which means the total investment is probably around £100,000. That's the truth of the matter. It's a serious amount of money. But at present, we have around 1,000 students across the 3 King's colleges in the UK, full of students whose parents have made that calculation and decided that the cost is worth the benefit. I can't tell you if that calculation is good for you, but I can tell you that we have a lot of students for whom the calculation is good. And if you would like to know more about that and you'd like more information, then Nick or I will be happy to talk to you after the meeting and the coffee. Sorry, long answer to a short question, but I hope it was some help. I'm very happy to answer any more questions if you have any.
I'd just like to add to that as well what Simon's just said. We understand the size of the investment that we're talking about being made here, and that's something that we take very seriously at King. That's why we offer the quality of tuition, homestay, student support. That's what you're paying for, to have the certainty that you will, at the end of your course, you will achieve the university destination which is fitting to your hard work and academic results. But we understand the gravity of the investment. We do take it very seriously.
If you don't have any more questions for me, would you mind if I asked you a question? This is a question for the students, not for parents. I'm interested to know what you would like to study at university, just for my personal interest. Could you put up your hand if you would be interested at university in studying sciences, physics, chemistry, biology, medicine, like that? Yeah. Okay, small number of scientists. What about engineering? Very small number of engineers. What about architecture? Ah, yeah, okay. Architecture is always popular, I think, all these buildings. What about social sciences such as psychology, sociology, that kind of stuff? Okay. Thank you. What about business-related subjects like economics, business marketing? Okay, that's probably the majority subjects. Medicine? Okay. Thank you. Law, yes, anybody interested in law? Okay, interesting. Well, I can tell you that at King's we have students currently at King's in London and in Oxford and in Bournemouth taking courses to prepare for all of those subjects, and probably in approximately the same proportions, maybe slightly more engineers. But I think that's probably about the same sort of spread of subjects, so that's pretty normal and very interesting for me. Thank you. Then, if you're done, then we're done. You're all invited through here for refreshments, coffee and soft drinks. And if you'd like to to ask questions personally to me or to Nick or to Patrick, then I'm very happy to speak to you. Thank you.
Prepare us to get going. There's only 5 minutes to give them to
You are invited by me, so don't worry.
Çağdır gel. Aqui. Tá vendo? Aqui a buscar. Tak só farinha. Ja.